Hello friends, welcome back. Junior with Classic VW Bug. Today episode 13. So in the agenda today, we're going to do some prep work. We're going to sand some of the areas that we have worked on. Also, we're going to do some wheel wire brushing with the pneumatic die grinder and the compressor, and get everything ready for painting before we install the engine. Also in the agenda, and as time permits today, I am going to remove the cover that protects the tank, and see if I can remove the tank so that I can treat it, so that when I install it back, I won't have any issues with the tank being dirty or things like that. The bus donor that I purchased is a 1977 bus. It's in the back. I'll talk to you about it later. I'll probably just do a little video and all the things that I got with that purchase. But it does have the 2.0 pancake engine and the transmission, which I will be installing in this bus here. This bus has its own transmission, but I'm going to use that one with the engine. And the engine that I got with that bus, it still has the fuel injected system. I, as possible, want to try to keep that. So I'm going to do my best to see if I can make it work right. A lot of times those fuel injected system were troublesome. So I'm going to do my best to actually see if I can use the original fuel injected system with the pancake engine that I got from that 1977 bus. I haven't even named that bus yet, which is not normal. I name every single car that I purchase. So let's go ahead and move the camera over here and show you what I'm going to do next. And then I'll just record a little bit and to show you, what tools I'm using today. Among those things, I am also going to be using a angle grinder and just a regular hand wire brush. So as always, you want to make sure you use your safety equipment. I got my vacuum cleaner there to just collect any of the dust. Got pair gloves. I got a light, an angle grinder, and obviously my safety equipment of a respirator, goggles, and my earmuff, die grinder, and compressor. Okay, so let's move the camera over and get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this out from here so that I can easily sand that right there. I started to get these out with a wrench, but it was taking too long, so I decided to go get a little ratchet right here, and here we are getting these out. I'm gonna figure out how I can stick my hand in there and wheel wire brush that top portion right there. This down here isn't so bad. I had previously did some sanding here and spray painted. I'm still gonna go ahead and apply some more edging primer, and then we'll go ahead and spray it. But this section right here, I want to see how much I can get this feather down so that it looks nice when I spray paint it. It doesn't have to be perfect or show quality. All I want is for it to last and not rust. So it's really hard to get lighting accommodated in here, and so basically I'm gonna go get some sandpaper and some wheel wire brushes and clean this here. Okay, so let's get started. I may get this cover off, maybe not, I don't know. Let's see, maybe if I do that, maybe that'll work. Let's see. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some sanding. Okay, so it's pretty late and there's not much that I can see now, but I did some sanding and some cleaning. And then again, you know, it's not perfect, but I am fine with the way it looks, and that's how it's going to stay. This is part of the engine bay, and this is something that, you know, is not going to be exposed, but structurally is sound, and all I got to do now is come back here tomorrow, wipe it with some soapy water and spray some edging primer, and then after we do that, I'll just spray some paint on it to give it a nice, you know, a nicer look, a nicer finish. So right now I'm kind of like debating whether I want to paint all of this here orange like this, or this black and this orange. I am more inclined towards just painting orange, just this surface area that can be easily seen by people, and then this bottom section here painted with POR 15 in black, and just continue to paint all of the chassis in POR 15 black. So areas like this that are already orange, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Go ahead and spray paint that orange, and the rest I'm gonna just paint it black. Like this right here, I think I'm gonna paint it black. It looks like that was orange. I see some orange there, unless, you know, somebody did an overspray on this bus at some point and they painted it orange. But I mean, it's down here, why not paint it black, right, with the POR 15? So I think that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Here we are back again in the engine bay, and today I have a paintbrush, and I'm gonna be using this to get into small crevices where I cannot get with a rack, just to clean some of the dust or any grime that is not easily seen at, you know, at plain sight. So so that's what we're gonna do today, and then once we do that, we're gonna come back with the power washer, rinse it, and we're gonna get our dryer and blow any water residue in here and let it dry, and then we're gonna come back with some edging primer and prime the inside and spray paint it with some orange paint so that it looks nicer. I do have a sandblaster, I have a compressor, so at some point I'm going to be using it, but not just here. So right now I am trying to tackle this area right here with hopes that I can get a engine installed and have the bus move on its own power. So let's get to it. I'm just going to get started here. I'm going to give you a first impression of what we have right now, and then I'll come back and share with you when I'm done. I'm going to get started right here. I noticed yesterday some areas right here where there was like some grime that I couldn't get to before to clean. Okay, so we're gonna take a break, let that dry, and I'll bring you back when I'm done and I get my glasses cleaned. So the next thing I'm going to do is let it dry on its own. I removed the majority of the water out of there with the blower. This is what it looks like after I rinsed it. It's ready for me to go ahead and prime it. I just wanted to show you the before and after. I am actually considering removing the gas tank cover, and maybe I do not have to do as much masking as I probably will if I just leave it there. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so it looks like the tank on the outside looks fine. The inside, I will have to get it out and treat it, maybe clean it. There's a couple of like nuts here in the bottom I will have to break loose to release these straps that you see here. This one right here and this one right here. And there is some ventilation system here that will have to be disconnected. And even if you don't have a YouTube channel, I would still recommend that you record what you are doing, or just get yourself some tape and start labeling things like A with A, B with B, C with C, and so far. I really don't have a need to do that, but I'm gonna do it just to make sure that I'll dummy proof it, so that when I come back to install it, it'll just be a quick connection. I do have to remove these nuts here in the bottom. It doesn't look that bad in there, so I'm kind of happy about that. It may not even require any painting, but I'm just gonna do a cleanup. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this here, then get some tape and start labeling some of these connections here, so that when I come back, I can look at the video also and reference it. So funny thing is that sometimes when I forget what I did, I'll go back and even watch my own videos. Okay, so I'm gonna be using some of this awesome cleaner to get some of the dust out, so that when I put my label, it won't come off. So I pretty much cleaned all of that right there. Now just a little water just to get the residue out. I was using some of that awesome cleaner to get some of that dust off. And because if I just put the tape over it, you know what's gonna happen, it's gonna fall, right? So I'm just trying to mitigate for it. So we're gonna say A, B, C. A, B, and C. And then we'll take a piece of tape, put it right there, we'll say B. B. And we're gonna do Charlie. C for Charlie. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray some WD-40 right here. Let's see. Hopefully they don't get caught in my eyes. I'm using a crescent wrench to hold and secure the strap at the very bottom of the strap, and then I'm using a 13mm deep socket under to get it out. So I'll probably have to get a couple of wrenches and fix that, but that's out. So the next thing I'm going to do is get a plier and disconnect this right here. There is a Phillips screw in there with a brace that you have to break loose. I'll get it out one way or another, but gotta remind me where did I take things out from, so that I can go back and place and connect everything where it needs to go. So I'm thinking that if I remove it from here, oh, it was so brittle that it broke. So, yep. So what I am doing is I am using my needle pliers and my needle nose pliers, and I'm sort of like spinning it a little bit just to break it loose. Like that. Okay, so let me bring the camera in here and show you how I figure out that it's the easiest way to get those. Okay, let's bring the camera in here. All right, so I just figured out that the best way to get these little guys here disconnected from there, it's by disengaging the tubing from this clip right here and that clip right there. With the first one, I didn't have any trouble. It came out easy, but the second one was giving me a headache. So the only thing that I gotta do left now is disconnect that main hose right there. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that, but other than that, I think this is loose now. That's the only wire going to the sending unit. I have to identify this wire. That I really needed to do this now before I start painting in there, and I could also rust treat those wheel well tops right there. So I'm glad I did this. I can get in here with some soapy water and just clean it. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, the tank is out, and I just wanted to give you a first look at what it looks like. I'm glad that I decided to remove this. Now, one of the advantages is that you can see that there's a hole there that when I start rinsing or washing, most of the grime and dirt is going to drain through that hole. That back wall right there looks pretty nice, pretty decent. It's just a matter of just a little bit of cleaning. So I am going to spray some degreaser and see if I can get a wire brush to get some of the areas that look like they may have some surface rust or whatnot. Okay friends, so my project today, I thought it was moving along fast until I hit this wall right here. So if you look in here, this is part of the floor where the tank is housed, and that's rotted. There was like surface rust, and as I kept grounding it, it kept just going deeper and deeper, and you can see that it needs a patch up right there. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna cut this video short here and move on to use the contents of the next repair in another episode. So as you can see here, there is rust. We need to fix that. So I'm gonna cut along here, here, and here, and patch up, make a new patch up for that. And over here, I have a similar situation. It's less, because here it's solid I may just be able to plug well that hole there and rust treat that area, and we should be fine. But here I do definitely need to make a repair. So okay friends, so I came to a showstopper right now. There's not much I can do this time at night. It's dark. I thought I was moving along pretty quick with the cleaning process, and I was about to spray paint with primer and whatnot. But then I thought about, you know, maybe I should remove the tank, and I'm glad I did. I was able to find this rust here, and now I will be able to repair it, you know. But I think the smartest thing to do was to do that, and so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to finish. It's dark, I can't see much, and the video on its own, you know, it's actually becoming a little bit too long for what I like to actually upload and people sit down to watch and see my contents. But I do appreciate all of the support, so I will leave the repair patch ups for another video, another episode. If this is the first time that you are watching my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, this is Junior with a classic VW Bucks. Junior out.